want to validate anybody's dream out there. If you have something that has been itching at you for the longest of time, but you've been trying to convince yourself that you are comfortable and you are good and you don't need more, but it continues to peck at you, I encourage you to truly take a look at it. Good morning. It's crazy. Like, I used to have this YouTube channel when I was like maybe 16, and I mean, pretty brave of a 16-year-old to like jump onto YouTube and want to contribute with content and whatnot. So kudos to her, and I figured I would continue to basically share my journey. I'm so excited about this, by the way. Like, this feels so right, and I wanted to share something with you guys. So basically, I've been talking to myself, like, as if I've been wanting to blog or wanting to share with people, like, since pretty much I was 16, but then I never like got into it. I think like I got deterred by some negative comments online or like through YouTube, and then I was like, no, I'm not gonna do this. I'm back, bitches, okay? And it's kind of in alignment with a story that I can't wait to share with you guys. But I'm kind of in a hurry. I have a flight today that I need to catch. I want to hit the gym. I'm gonna make a smoothie now, having my morning coffee. I'm actually like not a coffee drinker, by the way, but like here I am drinking coffee. Anyway, I'm so excited. I can't wait to have you guys on this journey with me. Basically, I'm gonna make a smoothie with like the stuff that I have at home. I have like 2 like overripe bananas, so I'm just gonna like throw some overripe bananas into the smoothie with some berries and some quark, which is like high protein yogurt sort of a deal. And then you guys get to follow me on my day. I hope you enjoy. So normally what I do is I fast until about like 12 o'clock-ish. So I'm just bringing this in like a plastic cup or plastic. I'm bringing it in a bottle, okay? Now I need to pack very, very quickly because I have to be on a bus in less than half an hour, and my clothes are still in the dryer, so that is like always just wonderful. Here's my bedroom, by the way, just like an FYI. This is where I live. Now, I haven't even told you guys where I'm going. All I can say is I'm gonna go to Copenhagen to meet a very dear friend of mine. Do some work as well, like I need to be kind of productive. The new terminal at Arlanda Airport, they completely renovated the whole thing, and I just absolutely love it. Like, the efficiency is next level since COVID, so that's great news for me. Yeah, I will tell you guys more about like all the details about my life and like what I've been up to, where I've been, why I'm doing this. I will get into it once I get to the lounge. But now I just want to like run through security and figure my stuff out. So we're continuing this spill the tea session from my parents' house. I was recording in the lounge and realized that the sound was terrible. People were pulling out their chairs behind me, and it just didn't really turn out. So going to give you guys a little bit of an update on what's happened. Why am I here? Like, what journey am I even talking about? It must be like a little bit confusing. In essence, since we last spoke, I was like 16 when I had this YouTube channel. A lot has happened. I got a degree, and while I was studying, I traveled a lot. I lived in Bali, was going back and forth to South Africa. I had a South African boyfriend at the time, and I was working a lot at a bank. It was such a valuable period for me to go through the system, to study, get my degree, go have a normal job, and realize that that is not for me, okay? There's always been this deeper craving in me to attain freedom, and by freedom I mean like financial freedom, geographical freedom, freedom to make, you know, my schedule for my day as I want and not be dictated by somebody else. But I think this translates like more into a ancestral thing, because if I look back at most of my family on my mother's side, like everybody is like freedom cravers, dreamers, like big dreamers, and so on. Anyway, back to the story. As I got out of university, COVID had just hit, and it was really difficult to find a job. I teamed up with a friend of mine who also struggled to find a job, and we wanted to solve that problem using tech. So I wound up becoming a founder in an HR tech company. I mean, I loved that whole experience from the standpoint of the freedom that it gave me. Entrepreneurship is very challenging. You learn so much being, you know, your own boss and having staff and all of those things. Most of my days consisted of like traveling. I was pitching on stage. I was doing reach out and just learning all of the ins and outs of business. At the time, I also had a new boyfriend, and we were living together in Stockholm. I got very comfortable. Like, I got the title. I was a founder in tech, a female founder. I was traveling all the time. My life looked amazing on camera or like on social media. I was very comfortable in my relationship. I was pretty fine with whatever happened. Like, if life had continued in that way, I would have been okay with that pretty much. So fast forward until September last year, pretty much everything started to crumble out of nowhere. I knew somewhere inherently or in my gut that there was a meaning behind this, and I really decided to trust the process, even though, I mean, pretty much everything that I loved and cared for was being ripped out of my hands. My relationship ended out of nowhere. My, company had problems with transparency, which led to us all eventually having to leave the company. Between September and December, I'd have to move, lost my apartment. I'm fine. Lost my job. I didn't have a job in December. What is even happening? But somewhere I knew, like I said, inherently that there was a deeper purpose behind this, and that I was going to be in limbo for a little while. So I go into limbo. I start to coach founders. I start to help other companies build up. I start to help shape new startups. I'm doing all of these different gigs and consulting projects, and basically maintaining the freedom that I desired, you know? So many opportunities were coming my way, and it was difficult to know like which one is meant for me, because somewhere I think we all suffer from a little bit of lack mentality. It's like, oh, this is such a good opportunity. I should be so grateful. I should be so happy about this. But in essence, I knew somewhere that these opportunities weren't perfect. So I knew I had to like wait and just enjoy the process. Through a random thread of events, I wound up going to Marbella for a project that I was working on. There I meet a guy, and we decide we want to go to Mykonos together. This guy like sorts me out, okay, like big time. I was not expecting the level of like generosity from his side. Very, very kind person. We explore Mykonos together. One of my other close friends was on the island at the time. He was running a meditation retreat, so we wound up going to this beautiful villa where the meditation retreat was being held. I just feel throughout this whole trip like things are moving inside me. Like, I feel so moved by this trip. It was kind of one of those feelings of like, I don't know what to do when I leave this island because this is too good to be true. This is too good to be true. I can give you all the details on, you know, the accommodation and all the amazing things we did. Like, it was epic, so beautiful. We had the sweets of sweets, you know, we could basically do whatever we wanted, eat whatever we wanted, plan whatever we wanted. When I got on the plane to go home, I was like, this is the freedom. It's not coming from a place of greed. It's coming from a place of really recognizing what resonates with me. Recognizing that so many girls out there, or females or women, are also looking for that sense of freedom. And what I found during the trip was, I have to create it for myself. I'm not gonna be able to forgive myself if I don't create the type of freedom that I experienced at this trip on my own. Because I was fighting with myself and beating myself up on the plane ride home. This is gonna be the last time I get to experience something like this. This is gonna be the last time that I get to have, you know, a beautiful trip in Mykonos where I decide pretty much whatever I want and I have so much freedom. This is gonna be it. This is it. Major bullying going on there from my side to myself. I knew that this would like alchemize into something else, but I gave it time. I was like really pissed off when I got home. I felt like crap. I was like, what is life? As I'm editing this right now, I just wanted to like add to the story that the reason why I felt so crappy was not because like I didn't have a great time, or, you know, everybody was telling me like, oh, you should just be so grateful and happy that you got to go. It was such a nice trip, like see it as a plus. But for me, it just like, it woke hunger in me. It made me feel like I had like neglected my own sense of empowerment for so long, and it made me feel like I would never be able to experience or do something like that again. That was why I felt crap, was because I didn't feel empowered to be able to cultivate this on my own. I was feeling like crap because I had spent so much time not focusing on building a life for myself where this freedom was possible. Like the self-doubt as well, like this element of self-doubt, like part of me saying to myself, you can't have this, you can't do this on your own. Those were the feelings that I was having. Do you know what I mean? My friend Chloe reached out to me and she was like, we need to come up with a way to have the type of freedom that we both desire, which was like so random. Me and Chloe, we've known each other for a long time. Out of nowhere, she like reaches out to me and she's like, look, listen, we need to meet up. I have an idea. We need to talk. And I was like still in my like funk from Mykonos, like, oh. Me and Chloe, in essence, wanted the same things, and we didn't even know it like ahead of time. This just kind of popped up after Mykonos. We decided that we were gonna do what it takes to create the life of our dreams and create the type of freedom that we know so many other females are looking to cultivate. I will go into detail in the future about what this exactly is, and I will show you and share with you my entire journey creating this life of complete abundance, with freedom, with opportunity, with flexibility, with all of these elements is not easy. I think a lot of women who come from normal upbringings feel somehow that they will never be able to achieve or accomplish the dreams that they have set out for themselves. Continue wishing, you can always hope. That has been my literal response to my plan of, you know, creating this financial freedom and financial abundance. It's like, oh, continue wishing, let's see how it goes, wish you all the best. I hear them and whatever, it's good. One of the things that we can't buy with money is time. And we need money to make most out of our time, especially if we desire the type of freedom that I'm talking about. I want to share my journey on this channel of creating this financial abundance. I want to share my thoughts on money. I want to share my thoughts on all of the topics pretty much that I feel so many women are like deprived of. They feel like they are so far away from cultivating this type of freedom in their life. I want to share the ins and outs and the ups and downs of that journey with people, how it's actually possible to live a very balanced life even though you are hustling and pushing for your dreams. Our time's limited here, and I know it's a morbid thought. Really consider, like, what is your driving force and what are the things that you will not be able to forgive yourself for if you didn't try. I come from a very close family, and I have always been so supported by my parents, and it hit me really hard that, if I don't do anything about, my dreams, if I don't do anything about, the abundance that I have in mind, they won't be able to experience their dreams. And it's extremely important for me to know that they're well taken care of and that they can live out their lives and basically attain the same type of love and freedom that I had when I was growing up. It's gonna take many years, it's gonna take a lot of hard work. I'm excited to share all of it with you guys. In essence, it comes from a place of really wanting to provide for my family, to make sure that I'm good, make sure that they are good, and doing so in a very holistic and mindful way. I don't see a lot of people talking about that. A lot of people are out there on YouTube talking about, all these mindset tips and all of these ways of making money, but they are not addressing the fact that there are ebbs and flows in life, and how do you actually tackle them. And we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it resonates. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know what you guys are interested in, what kind of content you guys want to see. But I'm going to do my very best to share my journey. When you start to take full responsibility for the path that you're on and for the dreams that you want to manifest and actually materialize. And what I mean with full responsibility is I'm gonna put down the work, I'm gonna put down the hours, I'm gonna figure this out, I'm gonna problem solve, I'm gonna go through the ups and downs, I'm gonna feel all of my emotions and all of my feelings when things aren't going right. I'm gonna take full responsibility for all my feelings and emotions when things aren't going right. I'm gonna learn as much as I can in this journey so that I develop as a person. I'm gonna stay disciplined and continuously peck at this for years on end until I see the result. That's what I mean with ultimate responsibility. I think a lot of the time when we're in spiritual walks of life, we talk about manifestation and thinking a lot about what you desire and writing about it. These are all valid things. I do them all the time. I meditate, I journal, I go on walks and think about what it is that I desire. But I don't put it on a pedestal. Instead, I take full responsibility for the fact that I need to develop as a person in order to attain these things, to be a vibrational match to them. With that said, this type of responsibility taking is what I want to share on my channel. I want you guys to see the actual work. I will be going through a lot of ups and downs. This is going to be the hardest undertaking I have ever, executed in my life. I have enough proof within myself and enough private wins, as they call them, to be able to feel like I can do this. It is the private wins that I plan on sharing with you guys. I want you to see all the behind the scenes work. I really want to encourage anybody out there who has a dream or something that they want to, manifest or bring into this reality. I promise you, if you continue to peck at it and you completely commit and take full responsibility for showing up and having discipline towards the end outcome, you can achieve anything. You can have any life you want. Get your head together and decide that that is the life you want and that is the end outcome that you desire, and that you're not going to give up, and that you're not going to get distracted, and that you're not going to have your brain get in your way to try convince you that a more comfortable sort of, life right now is more worth it. You can have the life of your dreams in the next 5 years. If you had 2 platters and somebody told you, tomorrow you can have the life of your dreams, just right here, I promise you, just here. You can have all the money you want, all the freedom you want, all of the you know, love everything that you've ever desired. Or you can have it in 5 years and work for it and build the character that's required to actually hold space for all of these things, and you will get there for sure. Which one would you have picked? And for me, it's like, yeah, sure, instant gratification, great, that's nice, but if I really thought about it, I would want to go through the ups and downs. I would want to build character. I would want to go through the challenges and continue to discipline myself and work really hard towards something, so that when I actually attain it, I'm able to hold it better and I'm able to actually feel like, damn, I got there. In essence, that's what I'll be sharing on this channel. Everything from yoga, meditations, to continue to like build more focus and build more confidence in your day-to-day life, but also like just my tips and my experience as I go through all of this stuff. And I hope that it'll be helpful to you guys. I really hope that it'll inspire some of you to actually take your dreams seriously. There's nothing worse than talking to a pensioner who's just like, oh honey, I would have wished that I did this when I was younger. I don't want to be that person, okay? I want to have given it my all, and I hope that you feel the same. With love, thank you for being here for my Spill the Tea session, and I will continue to be posting most probably twice a week for the next 4 years. So you guys are gonna have to stick around with me for quite some time. I hope you guys don't mind. This is a really good way for me to keep myself accountable as well, is showing up and posting on YouTube, creating content. So anyway, thank you guys so much for taking some time and watching my first video. I hope it was a good time, and I would highly encourage you to like and subscribe to this channel. That way you can stay up to date with everything that is happening over here, and hopefully it'll be helpful and useful to you in your life as well. I'm sending you so much love, and you can pretty much do whatever you want in life. You can attain anything that you desire, okay? Don't you ever forget that, all right? You got this, babe.